Alright, Shalom, coming to you in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yashai, Bashem Rakakadash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and salutations unto the Akim that continue to push the word in truth and in sincerity. I'm just want to do a real quick hit video. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 6, and it says, "But though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge, but we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things." Okay, and pretty much, getting thrown by approach is not spiritual, man. Like a lot of us, I myself included, when we first started watching Great Millstone, and that was the first camp I watched, and then I knew I was an Israelite before, but more through that messianic, we are messianic, but more through that messianic Jewish type of shit when I was 13. And then I came out of that and found 100% truth. When the Lord presented it in my way, and from there on it was through Great Millstone. I just kept watching. But one of the things to get used to when you first see the apostles and the elders, or the Hebrew Israelites, as you would put it, is the speech, and it was about men of God, men reading the Bible, cursing and shouting and what? Because you were taught that everything godly in Christianity was, cool, calm, collected, softly spoken and things of that nature, but that's enough to throw some men out. The approach, they're not spiritual. The Lord didn't want them to get it, but those who see past that later on come to see, excuse me, that, number one, it's not going off, and number two, it's not so much about the approach, it's about the message, Now, approach does matter, okay? There's certain things you can't do, certain things you can do, but overall, you've got to see past that and see the message. And this is Paul speaking. He said, "But though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge, but we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things." Now, what I want to do is hit the word rude. Because talking about rudeness and disrespect, well, what do those words actually mean? The word here, rude. Okay. And it says, a writer of prose as opposed to a poet. So a poet is nicely spoken, softly spoken, eloquent. The word placement is the main focus, through the various tools of poetry to make it a poem, But, we speak, as the apostles say, we speak as regular men, A man as opposed to the learned, who's unskilled, okay, unlearned. But then guess what? The strongest definition is in the Greek idiotes. And it says what? By implication, an ignoramus. Ignorant, rude, or unlearned. Now, the word ignorant is not to know. But an ignoramus is known as what? A person who's brash, harsh, or rude. Okay? Now, obviously, there's temperance. You're not always going to be in that mode. But when you do get in that mode, are you going off? 100% not. The prophets used to curse. Why do you think the prophets were killed, man? Why they had to hide in the caves? Well, because they were spoken, softly spoken. They were rude, man, when they had to be. They were straight to the point, direct. Cut the people where they were cut, and they would, the chase was on their head, man, Yahweh Shai, and you talk about, oh yeah, you got to think and put yourself in a position, where you're not going to invite demons. Well, Yahweh Shai went up into the temple which was run by demons. Well, not all the Pharisaical order was demons, but a lot of them were. And he trashed the temple, man. The scripture says he made a whip out of some cords. He overthrew the money changers and he beat them out of the temple. So Yahushua made himself a target, you know. Nehemiah made himself a target, you know. So all this talk about you know, oh, don't make yourself a target and what you're thinking and you could have put people in danger. Listen, being in this truth puts you in an automatic position of danger. The real question is, do you trust the Spirit of the Lord to deliver you? You know. Anyways, this is verse 6 again. I want to hit the word manifest. Okay. Because you got to remember that these videos we do are nothing but written epistles, but in video format. Okay. Let's go to the word manifest. In the Greek, if I'm pronouncing that correct, it's phanero.
Strong's G 5319.
Faniaro. Okay. And it says what? Make actual and visible realized, to make known by teaching. To make known by teaching. So, you know, certain things come out on video because it's being made known by teaching. Just like letters, the things were made known by letters. These are nothing but video formatted lessons. So like your video formatted letters, which are lessons. Okay, you know. So if the Spirit leads you to say something, then say it. You know. And if it comes out on a video, what's wrong with that? Okay. Because what? It's to make actual and visible or realized, to make known by teaching. If somebody's teaching and they're saying something and they speak on something, what's wrong with that? How's that wicked? Exposed to view, to become known, to be plainly recognized. All this beating around the bush, philosophizing everything, analogy upon analogy with minimal scriptural breakdown, it's pointless. To be plainly recognized, simple as that, you know, and thoroughly understood. That's done how? Simply through the truth, man. You know. But anyways, I just wanted to hit those two words, read and manifest, man. You know, we ought to be very spiritual. And if that, I'm gonna wrap it up, man. Shalom.